A white man is calling out his own people, fellow white people. He says white people pretend to care about crime stats, but in actuality, what they really care about is the black people's stats, which he says they misinterpret and change the narrative. Watch this clip, we'll come back and discuss.
White people. If crime statistics really mattered to us, we would be talking about white men every damn day. We as white people love to throw around statistics when it comes to the black community. We love to misconstrue data about poverty rates, crime rates, single-parent households. Here's the thing. If you really want to talk about problematic behavior in terms of statistics, we need to talk about white men.
He calls it selective storytelling, which I agree with. There are so many stories we've covered on this channel. There's a story that happens, there's an incident, and the way white people will present it and talk about it and describe it versus what the actual fact, what the truth is and how it actually happened is totally different, because they always tell their stories from their own point of view or to their advantage, what they want the world to hear or to see. Basically changing the narrative. Whatever fits their narrative is what's going to be told as the truth in their mainstream media, in their social media, as well as in their own social groups. But this man did not only talk about or address what they do when it comes to changing the narrative and storytelling and only caring about stats when it benefits them, or tweaking it here and there to make it sound like what they're saying is valid and it justifies what happens after the fact. Watch what he says about what the white people hide in stats.
Most mass shootings in America, white men. School shootings, white men. Intimate partner violence, typically known as domestic violence, white men. Police brutality and systemic violence, white men. Online harassment and extremism, white men. Domestic terrorism, white men. Serial killers, white men. The demographic making up the vast majority of CEOs, judges, senators, and police chiefs who refuse to hold white men responsible, white men. And yet us white men are really talked about as being a problem.
He mentioned all of those stats that a lot of white people don't like to discuss, because it shows that predominantly it's the white man that commits that crime, right? Some of the things that he mentioned are domestic violence, serial killers, online harassment, mass shooting, police brutality, as well as humanizing the violent crimes some of these white people commit, right? Like the judges and the police officers and the people that are in power try to do their best, including actually the media. They do their best to humanize those that have committed heinous crimes, crimes that if they were committed by a black person, they would have reported on it day and night, talked about how violent this man was and what he did and how he did it, and his face will be plastered all over the news, all over the newspapers. People will see it, right? Who it was exactly. But sometimes you'll hear a crime and you don't even see the picture because they haven't posted it. Whenever you don't see a picture, most of the times it's because the person that committed the crime was not our color, it was a different color. So now they feel they need to hide it. Just recently we talked about a Zimbabwean doctor that was unalived by a white person. His picture until today has not been posted. Many outlets refused to report on it. If they did report on it, they didn't show his face. Even the police said, no, we don't want to put him in danger, so until we're done with our investigation, we won't show his face. Imagine that happening for other races. It rarely happens. According to reports emerging from Scotland and the United Kingdom, have confirmed the stabbing of a Zimbabwean immigrant and newly graduated PhD holder. The now deceased was identified as Dr. Fortune Gomo, and the violent attack reportedly occurred around dusk time as the victim was walking alongside her 10-year-old daughter on South Road in Dundee. Reportedly, a 20-year-old young man was arrested related to the unaliving of Dr. Fortune. But guess what? The police as well as the media is refusing to share with the public who he is and why exactly he did what he did. he is getting his privacy and his rights are being respected, but not the rights of Dr. Fortune to live in this world, to raise her daughter and to contribute to the society in a positive way. So the selective storytelling is actually accurate. What this man is saying is true, because they only talk about things and cover stories or stats that shows Black people in a bad light and shows them as the saints that are trying to do their best, but these other folks are not really cooperating to live together in this world and coexist, which is not an accurate representation of the world that we're living in right now. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about what this white man is saying about his fellow white people. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.